Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Investment Chat in a Royce with Stephen Akintayo. And today you can see it's African, man. I look like Alhaji Dr. Stephen Akintayo. Incidentally, my guest today is my Maiduguri brother. A lot of you may not know I was born in Maiduguri and I grew up, spent a couple of years there before I left many years ago. And his name is Habila Malgwi from Biu in Borno State. How are you today?
Very well, thank you, Stephen, and it's such a great pleasure to be here with you today.
Yeah, thank you for coming, and we appreciate you agreeing to come here. And you were the first African vice president of Arton Capital. Can you tell us about you guys and what you do?
So Arton Capital is a global financial firm. We are originally a Canadian company with our executive office here in Dubai and also around 15 other countries around the globe. And we are specifically specialized in creating foreign direct investment, products for countries. And one of the major things we've been able to achieve in creating is a citizenship by investment program, where we have actually structured this program in a couple of countries like Montenegro, and some of the other countries, and also we're creating more for other countries that are coming up in the next few months or few years from now. Yeah, we've been able to assist probably over 10 to 20,000 families in becoming global citizens, helping them get a second passport through investment. Also, the countries have been able to generate a lot of revenue, and you'll be shocked to know that Antigua, I think, just declared about $1 billion or $2 billion that they have actually generated only from this program. We're looking at also Cyprus that have also said that they've made over, I think, about 10 billion euros from that. So these are what we've been trying to create: human value and also what you call government side of it, where government can be able to generate revenue,
build infrastructure,
create jobs, and also the individuals can also get a second citizenship where they can travel across the world, do business, and expand globally.
Amazing. How did you become the first African vice president?
So it's actually a question. Yeah, it feels good. I like to be very humble, but sometimes it feels good to feel that. I've been
and a Maiduguri brother for that matter.
Exactly.
How did you get here?
So it's quite an interesting journey. And I recall the very first day I walked into Arton Capital, I sat down with the vice president, who was interviewing me. And he said, okay, you know what? I want you to meet the president of the company. And I met the president, and he had just 3 minutes to talk to me. And he tell me why we should hire you, because I went with a proposal, and the proposal stated the African dream. And he looked at it like, okay, I've heard of the American dream. What do you mean by the African dream? And he said, but tell me, why should I hire you? I said, because I'm black. And the funny thing is, there was a 2-minute silence in the room because people thought that I had said the craziest thing, and he was gonna spark out. And he looked at them and he said, "Where did you guys get this? Where did you get him from?" And they kept quiet. And he said, "I like him, hire him." And that was it. And I started, and it's very important that you start from the bottom to learn. And I started, but I had a vision, I had an ambition where I wanted to get to. And I started as a business development manager. It's just a normal role, but even at that, I was running the African business. I wanted to run the African business, but it was okay to start, at the very low level at that point. And today I've been appointed as the vice president Africa, where now we've built, you can imagine the amount of business we've built. Probably would generate 30% of the company's revenue only from Africa, which I am absolutely proud of. We're setting up companies across across Africa at the moment. So it's quite an interesting journey, but it has to do with humility. You have to love what you do, the passion, and you need to show that you can do it, you can do the job.
Yeah.
GTEX Home is a brand with vision of having the largest green and smart estate with innovation and technology. The vision has given birth to Jasper Gardenia along the coastline of Ibejuleki, Lagos. The first green and smart affordable estate. Now, Jasper Estate is just 10 minutes away from Dangote Refinery and is just opposite the Lekki Golf Course. And guess what? The title is Gizet. Now, you can get a property here because here, my friend, is the future.
GTEX Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as Africa's most sought-after investment coach. I started 13 years ago as an entrepreneur and knowing nothing but having the guts and of course wanting to be wealthy, as I was born from a poor family. My mother was a civil servant. My father's business had crumbled before I was born, but I knew that we could be wealthy. But something changed my life. At the age of 17, I started reading a book on money. And I got to know that I can be wealthy. It's possible. I started the first wealth university. By the time you're done with it, you can literally start your own business or be able to learn how to invest in a business and make money for yourself. I'd like you to sign up today in www.stephenakintayouniversity.com. Guys, this is Investment Chat in a Rolls Royce with Stephen Akintayo, and this is the Dubai edition of the show, right? So, and I have an amazing, guest, Habila. He's been sharing a lot with us, and we're having a great time. I also want to have us talk about the Black Pearl Capital, which you happen to have founded.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that.
So my passion has always been investment banking for a long time, and even when I worked with Standard Chartered Bank as a wealth manager, I had taken care of people's wealth and a lot, and one of the major things I saw was a gap between businesses and finance. People have great ideas, but they don't have enough capital to be able to get through that project. And I thought about it and I said, I've got good contacts. I've built a huge portfolio of investors across the world. I should structure something. And I started with it was like a joke whereby people would tell me, Habila, we need $20 million. Can you raise it? I'll be like, oh yeah, sure. And I go through other people and blah, blah, blah. And I said, why don't I set up something? And Black Pearl Capital came to my mind. And I said, we can actually set up Black Pearl Capital. I wanted it to be an African company based out in London, and we did that setup. And we've been able to, raise money for a lot of, projects at the moment. We're fully involved in marginal fields development, in building refineries, in building deep water seaports for government and also private individuals and all that. So for me, majorly, it was a way of providing money to people who have got projects and ideas and want to be able to, finance it, but they don't have enough capital to do that.
Wow. A lot of my guests always ask this question. At what point in my business do I know that I need an investment banker?
I think from day one, you shouldn't get to a point to realize. I think from day one, you need to run your financials. And your financials will tell you where you want to get to. Now, at the point at which you want to get to XYZ sport, then you need an investment banker to come in.
What do you give when you're trying to raise money for big projects and you engage an investment banker?
So it all depends. You've got either a structured finance or a debt kind of financing, equity part and all that. Now, it all depends. There are situations whereby we don't even take collateral.
Wow.
And it's funny, right? But you see, raising big money is easier than raising small money.
Oh, preach that.
Yeah, and people don't understand that. Wow. But if you come to me and tell me I need $5 million, and you're telling me I will not waste my time. First of all,
wow.
First of all, I won't make any money to start with. I'm going to run around the world and I'm going to have headache from compliance. I won't make any money. And secondly, it's just stressful. I mean, nobody really believes, except you are just a startup.
Can individuals give you money that you then give to all these other people?
Oh yes. But you see, we don't just take money.
Okay.
You have to be very careful because of compliance, because of money laundering and all that. So you need to know the source of money. I mean, we've met people who tell us we have 80 million, 80 this and blah, blah, blah. In fact, I've met someone in Congo who invited me. We had a chat and he said, okay, so we've got this, a gold mine. And I thought basically the money was in the bank.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I was taken to this room when I thought I was just doing a tour of the house.
Wow.
And the door opened and it was a room full of money.
Whoa.
And I've never been scared of seeing life money. And I said, how do you want me to? I mean, there's purely money laundering, right? But we have to be careful. So we have a very serious due diligence process and compliance process in place. Before we take a dime from an individual to give another individual, we need to know the source of money is legit. Yeah. It is clean. It is coming from a bank source and not from a cash source.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I was in your state, December 2019. I went to Gubbio IDP camp, and I'm excited about what you do with the African Global Citizen Forum. Can you tell us about the impact you guys are doing with refugees and IDP camps?
So GCF, again, it's a very, I would say, incredible organization that we've been able to put together. And, one of our major goal is to bridge the gap. Yeah. Refugees should be able to have a home and not to be in camps. We've been able to create sport programs, mental health programs. We've been able to raise money to make sure that the standard of living of these refugees in the camps, it's actually very good to an extent. And also for the children, because their growing up is very important, and if again people like Wyclef Jean and so on and so forth were all refugees.
Wow.
They were all refugees.
Wyclef Jean.
Oh yes, right, and that's why I think the name of his band is called the Refugees, because he was a refugee. From Haiti they moved and blah blah blah.
Wow.
But today look at the impact he has created in the world.
Yeah.
Every other child needs that opportunity, equal opportunity. And GCF is what we've been able to do that. We've been able to impact a lot of children across the world. A lot of people in the camps. We're raising about $1 million for Save the Children, for a camp called Zatari a camp in Tanzania.
Okay.
But just to be able to see how we can help them impact the lives, build schools in the camps as well, hire teachers, equal right, equal opportunity.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great. Amazing. So, aside the Tanzanian project, what other projects have you guys been able to do?
So we've done a lot of other projects, especially in other
you
parts of
the
Europe.
African region?
Yes.
Okay.
So we basically just started the African. We focused on Africa recently last year, and that's because before now we thought that there were no much refugees in Africa.
Yeah.
Because a lot of refugees rather fly to Europe, right? They get stuck in a border between Morocco and Spain or somewhere around Turkey or blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But then when we realized that, the situation was that bad in Africa, so we started. So Tanzania is our very first baby. Okay. In Africa, we're looking at many other projects. Yeah. However, with the fact that I sit on the board of Save the Children, the Africa Advisory Board, through that, we've been able to create a lot of impact. So Global Citizen have been able to create a lot of impact through my position as a board member of Save the Children UK, and we were able to raise 5 billion naira for camps in Maiduguri.
Maiduguri.
Yes, this was actually donated by Mr. Femi Otedola. Yes, and we did a lot. So there's so many other projects we're doing at the moment through Save the Children across Africa and Nigeria.
Nice. Yeah. That's great.
G-Text Homes,
a subsidiary of G-Text Global, brought to you by Stephen
Akintayo.
And is bringing you
Jasper Estate. It is located along the urban area of Ibeju, Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria.
This is just luxury at the tip of your fingers with just 12 minutes drive from the Lakapine Tropicana.
It's 15 minutes from Dangote Refinery.
And it's 5 minutes to Lekki Town.
2 minutes from Stone Beach Resort.
It is just adjacent to the Dangote Jetty.
And if you're one that like to travel down memory lane and be in tune with the relics, Awolowo Museum is 5 minutes away. It is barely 11 minutes from Lekki Deep Sea Port.
Pick up that phone, dial that number, send that WhatsApp message to the number on your screen and secure your slot today.
Also available in Abuja.
GTEX Homes. We don't just sell properties.
We help you build your future.
So I was born into a very poor family. My mother was a civil servant, and I will always recall how we used to go to neighbors to borrow money to send me to school and my siblings. There's just something about poverty that's not attractive. I, of course, read my first book on money at the age of 18. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I started my business 13 years ago with just 8,000 naira. I've grown to become a multi-billion-naira corporation today. The habits that I learned from those books are the ones I've practiced in the last 13 years. That has helped me to build the empire that we've built today. Is what is loaded in the books, and some other role models of mine who are billionaires. What I've noticed about their habits, and see you at the top with your testimony of how the book has changed your life. The Billionaire Habit, authored by Stephen Akintayo.
I always ask my guests to stretch their legs and feel the bull skin.
Of course.
Rolls Royce made from a bull skin.
Okay.
And just have a feel. So tell me which one, Bentley or Rolls Royce?
Rolls Royce. Again, it's a statement. And I like making statements. So,
I like that.
so Rolls Royce will always be.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't have a Rolls Royce yet. I don't have a Bentley. Can I afford a Bentley? Yeah, maybe I could afford a Bentley. But I feel that if I would get into this league, it has to be a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
So I love Rolls Royce. It's always number one on my list.
I agree with you that it's a statement.
Yeah.
It just speaks. It's arrogant. You can't be humble in a Rolls Royce. Rolls Royce is not humble.
It's not. It's not. It's not at all. It's not.
It's not a humble car at all. So tell me 3 of your investment quotes.
Well, investment codes. You know, funny enough, I've never really thought about this.
Or principle that you operate with when it comes to
investment. I think my number one principle will be the fact that I'm not scared to put my money anywhere. I'm never scared. Even though I take time and look at, because I've made mistakes, you know, putting money here and there, and, you know. But one of the things is I'm never scared. I'm always open to trying new stuff.
Yeah.
So my principle of investment is one. Again, because of my kind of person, I'm a very aggressive investor. Yeah. So I cannot say I'm very conservative when I'm invested. I'm always very aggressive. Yeah. But again, I'm very careful. I'm very, very, very careful with those things.
So number one principle will be?
Number one principle will be that never be scared of investing your money in anything.
Scared of investing. Okay.
Yeah, or investing or of any investment. Yeah, overcome fear
of investment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2 will be that you need to know the in and out of what you're putting your money in. Okay? You need to understand how it works.
Never invest in anything you don't
know. Yeah, I mean, I see
that
people.
Sounds like Warren Buffett's rules.
Yeah, you know, people put their money in stocks. They don't even know how stocks work.
That's true.
They don't even know how it trades, right?
Yeah.
They see they're going green and they think, oh, you know what, I'm making money, but actually no, you know, it's just something. So you need to understand what you're putting your money into, in and out. That is my principle number 2. My third principle is never lose money.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Because if you've been able to do the 1, 2, it means you have enough experience not to lose.
Yeah.
So Never lose money.
So isn't that contradictory? Don't be afraid of investing, yet never lose money.
Yeah, because at least the first one is you've tried as much as you can. It means you've tried and failed.
Yeah.
So don't be scared.
Yeah.
You know, you go in, you go out. You've
Yeah.
learned a lot of lessons, right?
Yeah.
And then don't lose money.
Yeah.
You've learned from these mistakes.
Okay.
So don't repeat the same mistakes you've made.
Perfect.
So this is actually what I believe in.
Will you ever go into politics?
It's a dream. It's an ambition. Like I always say that
Because I feel entrepreneurs should do politics.
Yeah.
Because you build capacity over the years, and you know, even if you won't do politics, be politically
involved, kind of an active,
and
yes.
talk and lend your voice. A lot of people accuse me of being too loud about political issues on my social media. That you're a businessman, face your business. It's wrong.
Of course,
you have to speak up.
Of course, you have to speak up.
You have a moron running the government. It's going to affect your business. You know, it's going to make stupid decisions.
Of course.
And you can get you over in a jiffy. Your business is gone.
Yeah. I think that everyone should have, or every leader should have, a mix of an entrepreneurial spirit and political spirit. You have to have that blend and balance it. And this is why we're seeing that there are a lot of chaos in America, because Donald Trump is a businessman. He's not a politician. He's a pure businessman. And some of the things he says, some of us like it, some people don't like it.
And some are good business. Just
good.
That
it's
politically,
the way he presents it, it's just not the right way.
Political way.
Of course. But for me, I think that politics is one of my biggest dream and ambition, and I always say that.
At what level? Governorship, local government, federal?
I think federal. And well, I mean, a lot of people.
Would you make you minister for finance one day?
Well, I'm looking forward to that. The dream is the presidency.
Are you people hearing? Politicians watching. This is your guy. He's gonna make Nigeria rich. You know, use his investment banking skill.
Absolutely.
No, but honestly, I think you could do if you've helped countries.
Yes.
What's your advice for young people watching this?
I will advise every young individual to stay focused. Life is not rosy. You know, you just don't wake up and drive a Rolls Royce.
That's true.
You have to stay focused. You have to be honest. You have to be dedicated. Be passionate. Have tenacity. These are the key things. This is what has actually helped me. Develop yourself. No one will ever help you in life. You have to help yourself. And I tell people ask me, how did you get to where you are? I cannot explain. So I can never be a motivational speaker, because I cannot tell you, because I mean, I've been through the real life situation, so I don't know, I cannot really give you any motivational speech. I walk up to people and tell them what I can do for them to make them money, not for me. And through that way, I know I'm gonna. So it's that way. You don't have to keep begging someone every day, please, I need money, or I need a job. No, walk up to that individual and tell him,
I can solve your problem.
I can solve your problem. I feel your company is lacking this. When I told the president of Arton, because I'm black, I knew that they didn't have a black person in the company.
Yeah, obviously.
It was something they needed to fix.
The message.
It was a diversity issue they needed to fix. That's one. Secondly, I clearly showed him the numbers. You're not doing numbers in Africa, and that is your market. That is your market.
And they're doing 30% now.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to say thank you for coming. This is just a token. I have written 35 books.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're all
okay. Now I'm sitting with a legend.
This is one. It's called The Billionaire Investor.
Perfect.
You know, and we want to say thank you for coming.
No, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
It's been an honor, having this chat with you, and
you're welcome.
I'm really looking forward to more chats with you in the future.
Yes, we definitely have to do a lot together.
Yes,
we definitely have to. Guys, so this is the end of this episode of Investment Chat in a Rolls Royce. My guest has been fantastic. I mean, you need to watch this episode again and again. Remember, we always air 2:30 p.m. Nigerian time on Channels Television, and of course you can always watch it also on my YouTube page and my Facebook page. Okay, don't miss it for anything. Bless you. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.